Good morning, Honors Algebra 2 students. It's Mrs. Casello, and I had a homework question on 8-110, so thanks, Nika, for reaching out. So let's go through this. The question says, you're given the equation 5x squared plus bx plus 20 equals 0. For which values of b does this equation have real solutions? So this is dealing with the discriminant, and if we look at our notes, we know the discriminant is that b squared minus 4ac, or the value under the square root in the quadratic formula. So we've learned that when the discriminant is greater than 0, we would have two real solutions. When the discriminant equals 0, we have one real solution, and on a graph it would bounce. And then finally, if it was less than 0, we wouldn't have real solutions. We'd have those complex numbers, meaning we would have two non-real solutions. So what we're considering here are really these two cases where it's greater than or equal to 0. So let's set that discriminant greater than or equal to 0 using this equation. So b squared minus 4 times 5 times 20 has to be greater than or equal to 0. b squared minus 400 is greater than or equal to 0. So that means b squared is greater than or equal to 400. So when we solve this, if b squared equaled 400, we know b equals plus or minus 20. So on a number line, if we want to figure out that inequality, we put negative 20, positive 20 in two closed circles. As I test the region, the easiest is test in between is 0. So if I plug 0 into this equation above it, 0 minus 400 going to be greater than or equal to 0? Well, no, because negative 400 is not greater than or equal to 0. So that means it's got to be on the other sides. And you could test numbers over here, and they would make that equation true. So our inequality on the number line looks like this. So our solution is telling us that b has to be less than or equal to negative 20 or greater than or equal to positive 20.